Last night, Krista, Emery, and myself invited over a new family, some friends that we've met over the last 3 months here in Naples. We've been here for exactly 3 months today. And we met this family. They're about 7 homes down, 7 houses down for where we live in this neighborhood. And we've met them over the last couple months. And they're just, the type of family that, you want to associate with. He's a stay-at-home, work-from-home father, and she works from home part of the time. They have 2 young boys, aged 10 and 7. Terrific kids, well-mannered, respectful. So Krista invited them over for a barbecue at the pool yesterday, and I have to share the story of what a unique experience it was, what a refreshing experience, what a badass millionaire experience it was to have this level of family and this level of people over, to share time and to relax and, to enjoy each other's company, because it's so rare nowadays. So just incredible. They showed up yesterday at 4 o'clock, and this is the first time that we've had them over, but also we talk on a daily basis, and we have kids that are the same age. So we're sitting around the back pool area, and we're talking about business, we're talking about school, we're talking about our kids' sports activities, we're talking about books and different things like this. We're talking everything. I mean, we have a lot in common, which is the secret to friendships and associations. And about an hour in, the kids are all playing in the pool. Emery's in the pool with the two boys, and we're talking about life and our parents, and moving here from Canada, and they've bought some rural property here. They actually moved to Naples from where were they living? Illinois. So they moved here 10 years ago from Illinois. They weren't happy with their level of freedom. They weren't happy with the education system. They had just had their first child, and they did the "I'm not a tree." They had the mental brass balls to say goodbye to a state, a community, a neighborhood, friends, family, because of course they think you're crazy, right? If you move, or if you up level, or if you do anything to improve yourself or your situation, you're going to have the crabs in the bucket always trying to pull you back in. That's the way life is, and that should be a sign that you're on the right path. So they went through the crabs in the bucket 10 years ago, and they researched the best elementary schools in America, and Naples kept popping up. They were like us. They had never spent a minute in the city, never been to Naples. And after research of months and months, they finally purchased the home that they're in now 10 years ago. And they've been living there, and they wanted to do this before the kids, before they had the 2 kids and before they got into school. They wanted to be established where they were going to go, and it ended up being here. So it's quite a unique story because we have that in common. And I was telling them the story about, you're not a tree. If you don't like your state, if you don't like the politics, if you don't like the taxes, if you don't like your neighbors, if you don't like your family situation, if you don't like the weather, if you don't like whatever it is, the crime, you name it, it's very simple. You're not a tree. You can move. And like the great Dan Kennedy says, those signs that you see on the freeways and the highways leaving town, those big green signs, that's what those are for. Those are exits to any community of your choosing. So we're not trees, we can move. And that was ringing in my ears at Christmas time this year when we decided to take the plunge and move our entire family, my business, my 3 businesses, Emery's school. My Krista's involved in a lot of different things, on board of directors for two school and a charity. And we basically picked up and we moved here, and sight unseen. And so we're not trees, and the rest has been history. We've enjoyed every single moment we've been here, and we've met terrific people like the people I was just talking about. So back to my story, what struck me an hour in is Bill, the father. He made the comment, he said, well, I left my phone at home. I left my phone at home on purpose. He said, I didn't bring my phone, I didn't bring anything. I think somebody asked what time it was. People don't wear watches, I don't get it. Badasses wear watches. Millionaires and billionaires watches, and Be Relentless bracelets. So his wife said the same thing. She goes, I left my cell phone at home too, on purpose. So here's 2 really busy people, you know, parents, the whole deal. And for some reason, and I'm not exactly sure because it wasn't something we discussed, but I do believe there's an energy you give off as a badass. I think it's like my wife Krista says, where, you know, if I go to lunch with somebody, which is pretty rare, or if we go to dinner with somebody, it's amazing how nobody ever has a cell phone at the dinner table, period. It's like my mastermind groups where nobody has a cell phone in the room, nobody has any technology. And I don't know if it's reputation, I don't know if it's energy, whatever it is, I'm glad if it works. But these great people, they show up, they walked up with their 2 boys, they got the basketballs, they got it all, right? And they're all in, that's their saying. It's funny to hear parents say that too, because they have a saying in their family, and it's all in all the way. And whenever I mention something about, you know, what they're doing with their kids, you know, she's coaching the basketball team and they moved here from Illinois, and everything is the same response, all in all the way. And he keeps telling me, you know, they're here for another 12 years minimum until the boys graduate from at least high school. So they have a plan. They have what 99% of other business parents and don't have, is they have a plan to super accelerate their children's lives. That's basically what it is. They brought them to a positive environment where they're comfortable. But here we spent 4 glorious hours in the backyard, and no technology for the children, which now is you just don't see it anymore. Kids' pads and games, and the inability to even play anymore. So the 3 kids, including my daughter Emery, who's 9, they played for 4, almost 5 hours in the pool. They were inside playing the piano of all things, because we have a piano out in the living room. We purchased a piano when we got here for like $200. And then this building block game, the wooden blocks. So the goal there is to build a 3-foot structure of, you know, and that's part of it is to build this 3-foot structure, and it's going to fall down several times. So it's to teach vision, it's to teach frustration, it's to teach disappointment of all things. It's not your regular building blocks. So the kids build this up to 2 feet, it falls down. They build it up to 3 feet, it falls down. They had it up to 4.5 feet the last time. And this is pulling out, putting in, pulling out, putting in. So it's all about focus, it's all about mental toughness, and it's all about disappointment and then responding, disappointment and responding. And then the last thing, when just before dinner time, before our barbecue, 2 of them, Emery's playing their 10-year-old in a game of chess, and he's a pretty decent player. And why were they playing chess? Because the chessboard's out. Why are they playing the piano? Because the piano's in the middle of the living room. Why are they playing the building blocks game? They're playing because it's all over the kitchen table. And I was just so impressed by the fact that mom and dad were so, present for the almost 5 hours. And they didn't, put their phones, in their back pocket and pretend that they were there. They left them at home. That's yours relentless right here. Like, I don't carry my phone 85% of the time, but like, people just can't believe it. Like, I don't touch my phone to 12 noon each day. I don't like, it's Sunday today when I'm shooting this video, and this is the first time I've turned on my phone, and this is the only thing I'll use this broken iPhone for today, is to shoot this video. And I go the Sunday almost the whole day without technology. I haven't been on my MacBook. I haven't checked an email or a text, nothing like that. So, even though Saturday is my technology detox day, where I don't do any technology, not television, not movies, not cell phone, not MacBook, nothing. Even today on Sunday, here I am well into almost 3:30, and I've just been completely immersed in books and magazines, and with Emery and Krista. But I want to share that story about what we need to get back to, in my biased opinion, is getting back to being present, having our feet where they are. And that was just a fantastic time yesterday, because nobody was peeking or excusing themselves from the room or checking this. Everybody had what they needed right there. There was no fake emergencies. There was no drama. There was no, I got some work to do on a Saturday night. Every single person that was there, myself included, my wife Krista, all the adults in the room were actually adults. They actually behaved like adults, and just them being connected and present for 4 hours is something that I can, candidly say I haven't seen very much. Like, if I'll meet somebody for something to eat or a coffee, or if I'm on a consulting call, or even my world building trainings, guys will shut their phones off, or they'll put them on silent. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're mentally present. They in some cases they'll take a phone call, or they'll check this or check. In those situations, whoever's when you're doing that, you're being needy, right? Like, neediness is seeping out of you. It's like, yeah, you need to read that text on a Sunday afternoon, or you need to read that email on a Saturday night. And you're sending a message to the people that you're actually physically present with, that text or that email or that beep or that social media post or that video, whatever it is more important than the people you're with. So as a badass, I don't tolerate any of it, as you know. I don't participate in it, but I also don't tolerate any of it. And that was just fantastic to have, friends over like that respect it, our time together. And like I said, it wasn't anything I said, wasn't anything we did. I think maybe through the last 3 months of talking to them, biking by their house and talking to the kids and shooting baskets and stuff, maybe the conversation about, technology being a great servant and being a horrible master, maybe that came up. I don't remember. But talk about respect for being with the people you're with. And we need more of this, people. We need this, men. We need this disconnect from technology. We need this every night at the dinner table as leaders of our families. When the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. Well, guess what? We need to be at the dinner table every night at 6 p.m., 7 days a week if possible. And we need to be connected with our wife and our children and our friends. And you can't be connected if you put a phone on. There should be zero technology at any dining table, any lunch table, any breakfast table, any dinner table, any restaurant table. You're either there or you're not. And it's just pathetic to watch the enslavement to these gadgets and toys. And you just simply can't afford to do what, Joe Average is doing, which is the umbilical cord to this, technology. And what I recommend is getting in the habit of leaving your phone at home for periods of time. It could be for an hour, it could be for 2 hours. Hello. It could be for, whatever it is. Maybe you're picking up your kids at school, maybe you're going to play golf, whatever it is. Just getting in the habit of leaving your phone at home for an hour, for half an hour, for 2 hours, and see how long you can go. Because it's you got to build that muscle. You got to build that muscle because it's regressed so much. And I just wanted to share that story of how, when they were leaving last night at 8:30 and walking home, which is maybe a quarter of a mile, and just the whole family walking down the middle of the street, no technology, dad present, mom present, the 2 kids present. It was just a wonderful evening because everybody was where their feet were. And just a real rare as hen's teeth story to share with you. One thing that I will recommend, as you know, I do technology detox on Saturday. I have for years. And that's easier for me to do. It's not easy, it's simple for me to do. And that's because I just don't touch a piece of technology, including TV or anything like that, for all day Saturday. And I mean, it's my best day of the week. That's when I do all my reading, my thinking. I just feel great on Sunday when it's done. But here's a challenge for any businessman that I think changes the game for you. And it starts building that muscle so you can finally live life and do business on your own terms. And here's the challenge. In the beginning, it's so difficult, but try this. Try Sunday mornings and set this goal and make it a rule. Write it down in a journal on a piece of paper that on Sundays from now on, you're going to do a technology detox from the time you open your eyes on Sunday until, let's say, noon, 1 p.m. So here's what that badass Sunday would look like. And you're sending a message to everybody around you that time matters. That time is for your family. That time is for your loved ones. It's time to recharge. But start with just a few hours on Sunday. There's no business to do. There's no calls to make. There's no text. That's all bullshit. So here's what you do. You don't have to do a full day like I do, but decide, on Saturday night that you shut off your phone before bed. It should not ever be, there should be no technology in a bedroom, ever, ever, ever. Not a laptop, not a screen on the TV, not a phone, ever. If you want to sleep and you want a marriage that's on fire, that shit can never, ever, ever be in your bedroom, ever. So with that said, you shut off the phone on Saturday night and you lock it. Lock it in a drawer, lock it in the safe in your house. You probably have a safe in your house. That's what we do. Lock it in the safe. Don't use willpower. Don't try to white knuckle it or anything like that. Just shut it off and put it away. And then what you do is when you wake up on Sunday, you get up and you own your day. You do your most important things. So you pay yourself first. The first hour of every day belongs to you, especially on Sunday. So you get up and you work on your number one priority, whatever that is. It could be marketing, it could be exercise, it could be reading, it could be prayer, whatever it is. The first hour on Sunday belongs to you. So you get up and you work on that thing. So you get up, you splash some water on your face, you brush your teeth, you pray, and you drink a couple glasses of water, and let's say you go for a 45-minute walk with your wife. Invite your wife on a Sunday to go for a walk. Krista and I did a 90-minute walk today. So you can do that. So then after you do a couple of things like that, you come back, you have breakfast together, maybe you do some reading by the pool, or maybe you go to church, whatever it is you're doing. But the entire morning is dedicated to the people that matter most to you. and you don't touch that phone, you don't go near that phone until 1 p.m. So that includes a breakfast together if you eat breakfast, and it also includes lunch. So you have lunch with your wife, with your secret weapon, and you basically, you can. I always make Krista lunch. Like I can't make anything. Like it's just brutal. I can boil an egg, but on Saturdays and Sundays for lunch, I do have a couple of sandwiches that I can make, and it's the only day that Krista eats bread, one day a week. So I'll make her a special one of my crazy sandwiches. And there's just something about cooking for your secret weapon, your spouse. And so I do that on Saturday or Sunday. Do that when you're disconnected. Do something like maybe prepare lunch. And this is the big part of it. It doesn't matter what you make. It doesn't matter. But eat together and no technology. Invite people to do these things, but also with the stipulation that they're there. Like I teach my 5-star world building coaching members. I teach them to invite their kids, invite their teenage son, their teenage daughter, their adult children, invite your wife to go on walks. The key word here is invite, invite, invite. Invite your friend to go to, but you know what? 100% non-neediness. You're going to do it anyways, but invite great people to spend time with you instead of begging. We don't beg, we invite, invite, invite. And don't be surprised when, your children and your wife start to participate with you in things that they've, haven't done in a long time. So on Sunday mornings, you're going to have breakfast, you're going to have lunch together, make lunch, won't kill you. And you've been connected since early morning. You've walked together, whatever it is. Maybe you went to church, whatever it is. And you don't turn on that damn phone until at least 1 p.m. And if you have to, then turn it on and check all that chaos and all that bullshit that's in there. There's nothing in your phone on a Sunday afternoon, whether it's email. There's nothing in there but somebody else's agenda. And it really is weakness. Like it's a sign, it's a signal of weakness that you have to, addiction is a sign of weakness, that you have to check that. But you're working on your muscle. You're working on your mental toughness. So then maybe next Sunday, next Sunday, you do it to 2 o'clock. And then you do a digital detox the next Sunday to 3 o'clock. And then the next Sunday you do a digital detox to 4 o'clock, whatever it is. And then eventually you get to a full day like I have on a Saturday where you don't touch anything. Everything is locked away. You don't watch TV. You don't open up your phone. You don't do any of that stuff. And this one thing is going to do so much for your relationship with your wife, with your children, with yourself. Like just listening to ideas, it's going to blow you away. But it start small and start on Sundays and do a complete digital detox from the time you wake up till, let's say, 1 p.m. And then build the muscle, build the muscle, build the muscle. Digital detox Sundays. And remember that great story about our new friends here who just showed ultimate respect for myself, my family, my wife, my daughter, by showing up and being mentally present here for 5 hours yesterday. It was absolutely fantastic. And they had both feet in it. They were mentally there. And what did that tell us? That told us that, I said to Krista after, I said, those are serious people. I mean, those are people of character and integrity. They're amazing. They're an amazing couple. They're amazing. There's amazing father, amazing a mother, great kids. But man, I mean, they're there. They're there. They're mentally there. And we really appreciate that. So let's get more of that in our life. Get in the habit of not just a digital detox on Sunday mornings, but also get in the habit of just leaving your phone at home for an hour. If you're going to grab a coffee or you're going to pick up your child or whatever, and just leaving it, and start eliminating the any technology at a table, at the kitchen table. Like, let's just say, okay, with kids and wife and everything, the whole thing, it's just like no more. There's no more cell phones at the table, at breakfast, at lunch, before school, after dinner, period, zero. We want to eat as a family at least once a day, every dinner, every night at 6 p.m. But hey, we're going to be present, and you need to lead. You need to lead. You can't do any of this stuff unless you're the king of your domain. If the king does not rise, the kingdom dies. So don't go around preaching and telling your wife and your kids what to do when you don't live it. You need to live it first. Fix you first. Okay? Discipline you first. And there's nothing as contagious as a positive example. So you be the example. You be the person who shuts off your phone and puts it away. You be the man in the house who puts your phone away the entire Sunday morning. And you actually sit down and talk to your daughter. You actually talk to your son. You actually talk to your wife. You're actually present when you're there. And go from there and see how that transforms your world and makes you into, that's badass behavior right there. Look around, man. Look around, okay? Look around at everybody else you see, every other father, every other businessman, every other marketer, every other husband. Look around at what's happening, okay? And do the fucking opposite. Are you kidding me? There's never been a time in history with more opportunity. There's never been a time in history with more abundance. There's never been a better time to be alive. But the big but is, look around, because 99% of men are just dead ass wrong when it comes to everything. Certainly money, certainly success, certainly time management, certainly technology. So just look around at what other husbands, fathers, entrepreneurs are doing, and do the exact opposite. You'll never make a mistake. Do the exact opposite. What are other husbands and fathers and business owners? What are they doing? What are they doing on a Sunday? And then do the exact opposite. That's what badass millionaires do. They do the exact opposite of the ordinary, average, and the mediocre majority. That's it for today. Michael McLean, BadAssMillionaire.com. If you don't have a copy of my new book, How to Not Get Your Ass Kicked in Business and Life, grab a copy below in the link. It's $20. You spend that on technology and sugar coffees. Also, I have a free training. The link is below, worldbuildingwebinar.com. Kick-ass training, not for candy ass, as I said, kick-ass. Free training, all you have to do is watch it. And the other thing, if you'd like to go on my World Building Coaching Society, if you want to be part of the Brotherhood when I open it again, it's 8 weeks, but it's closed right now because I'm coaching live. If you want to be on the waiting list and you want to fill out the application, you do that below, badassmillionaire.com/apply. And those 3 links are below. That's it for today. 2 words that changed my life, and 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.